Why?
Well, when Jesus is on the cross, he quotes the first line from Psalm 22, my God, why have you forsaken me? But he leaves out the rest of the psalm, so therefore the rest of the psalm that talks about his crucifixion must not apply. You see, I like this guy's version of theology. Basically, you just make stuff up as you go along. Well, Jesus didn't quote the entire passage, therefore it's no longer applicable. Jesus didn't quote all of Psalm 22, therefore don't read the rest of Psalm 22. This is dumb. Can we agree this is dumb? This is dumb. Who is this guy? If you got a theology degree, get a refund.
Is it because that Jesus' understanding of God was more merciful, more compassionate than that of some of the other folks in his own faith tradition?
What Abu Yamo said, is he's trying to say, is it possibly, and the answer is no if you're asking a question, is it possibly because Jesus is more gracious and merciful than the God of the Old Testament? That's what he's really trying to say. He's trying to put up this difference between, as though Jesus, as the second person of the Trinity, didn't exist until the New Testament, and somehow the God of the Old Testament and the New Testament are like in conflict with each other. That's dumb. That's really dumb.
It is clear that Jesus chooses to not quote this one line from this passage from Isaiah that everyone in the audience would have known was part of this famous.
It's Jesus chooses not to quote the rest of Psalm 22 that everybody would be familiar with, Psalm 22. He only quotes the first line because he specifically wants people not to believe the rest of it. Right? Because if we're going to be consistent with our dumb approach to theology, then that's what you got to do.
This passage in Isaiah. Why would he do that?